Cinema Sounds and Secrets Tributes, Remembering the Greats.
So today's first great is the legendary actress Diana Rigg.
Oh, Diana Rigg.
Yes. Yeah.
What an amazing performer.
Mrs. Peel. Everybody knows Mrs. Peel.
I know.
Even if you don't know the Avengers, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mrs. Peel.
I think she was one of those working actors. She popped up everywhere, just a hardworking. And like I think we were just saying right before we press record about seeing her on stage, and I'm trying to go back. I'll have to go back through my programs and go, where did I see her on stage here? And amazing actor.
Well, she was born in Doncaster, England in 1938, and her birth name is amazing. Dame Enid Diana Elizabeth Rigg.
What? I know. Was she a?
I don't know. Her father was a government railway supervisor, so I guess maybe they just called her Dame Enid.
Oh, right.
Could you do that?
I don't know.
Isn't that yes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, she was gorgeous. She could wear that any name, If it was Dame Enid, why not?
If they called her Princess Enid, I would have said sure. But she spent her early childhood in India.
Okay.
And then moved back to Yorkshire. So that must have been a real.
Was her father in the diplomatic service?
Well, he was railway supervisor, so he might have been over there when they were expanding in India. But so from the age of 8, she was in Yorkshire, and then she went to RADA.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she was a RADA trained actor and was in Bertolt Brecht's The Caucasian Circle in 1957.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And she went from there into London and was working with the RSC.
Yeah, I mean, she did lots and lots and lots of Shakespeare.
Yeah, so she would have worked with Trevor and Terry Hands and everybody who was running it. And but in 1965, she went from great stage actress to truly an iconic I think global, because it was really in America. I think it was just as big as it was here, don't you think? Avengers?
Yeah, absolutely. It was. Oh my God, it was kind of the first, wasn't it? Superhero kind of, or not? Do you know what I mean?
It was the first time a woman was really in a position of power as a spy
in a group.
Yeah, and so the Avengers, for those of you who don't know, was a British TV spy series, and she was secret agent Emma Peel.
Yeah,
Mrs. Peel.
Mrs. Peel.
You've seen the newspapers?
Yes.
Trust him to make a dramatic reappearance. Found in a jungle.
The Amazonian jungle.
It's corny.
Ridiculous.
They've flown him back. He'll be picking me up in a few minutes.
Here?
Always keep your bowler on in times of stress and watch out for diabolical masterminds.
I'll remember.
Goodbye, Steve.
Emma. Thanks.
And she was, they were really kind of at the same level of James Bond in their kind of elegance and wit. And
it went on. Listen, guys, you didn't have back then. You just didn't have tons of series. The Avengers did so well and went on. Like I said, huge. Yeah, huge. It was like over. I think it was like, I don't know how many series they did, 6, 7, 8, because they were only 6. They did 6 episodes a series or something like that. 6, 7.
Yeah, I think they did 8 years.
Yeah,
I think they went on for 8 years.
Yeah,
and she came into the show to balance out Jonathan Steed, Patrick McNee.
Yeah.
And they were, and they had different assistants throughout the series, but she was an absolutely autonomous, liberated female character in a TV series. I don't think we've seen one that solidly on her own since, right? She wore leather boots and mini skirts and those one suits, the unisuit, and I mean, she could.
Yeah, absolutely. She
could do any
fashion icon as well.
And she was, and she also, everything was like in real world tough guy stuff. So if it was a gun or a fight or a struggle or whatever, she was just hands on.
Right.
Like no CGI stuff.
It
was. But she was just absolutely wonderful. And she also went on to have a really fun job with 007 and as Tracy DiVincenzo in Her Majesty's
that's a
Secret Service.
Yes, right.
Going against Spectre.
That's right.
You're full of surprises, Contessa.
So are you, Mr. Bond. Do you always arm yourself for rendezvous?
Occasionally, I seem to be excellent, Prawn. I'll take that if you don't mind.
You're very sure of yourself, aren't you? Suppose I were to kill you for a thrill.
I can think of something more sociable to do. Now, let's stop playing games. Who was that man in your room?
You're hurting me.
I thought that was the idea tonight. Now, who was he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can be a lot more persuasive, Contessa.
I'm sure you can. Whatever else I may be, I'm not a liar.
And she was really, she was the only character to ever officially marry 007.
That's right.
Remember?
That's right, yeah.
And she drove her own cars. She loved doing car chases. She, and for Her Majesty's Secret Service was George Lazenby.
Yeah.
Telly Savalas was the bad.
Oh my
remember?
God, remember Telly Savalas.
Yeah, and so from there, she went from these really iconic female roles, and then went into a horror film with Vincent Price, The Theater of Blood.
Yeah,
and who's giving the Shakespearean performance and didn't win any awards.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a wonderful, crazy movie.
Yeah.
And she went on Broadway.
Yes.
And then she came back to London in Stoppard's Jumpers.
That's right. Yeah.
And I guess she actually, I wish I could have seen this. She comes on stage swinging on a paper mache moon dressed in fishnet.
Oh, what? Hello, teenage boys.
Yes, hello, ring-a-ding-ding. She was Mrs. Danvers in 1997 in an adaptation of Rebecca, and that was an Emmy. She won an Emmy for that. She won the Tony for Medea.
Oh.
Now, I heard her Medea. Were you around here? Were you here yet?
I didn't see her Medea.
Yeah, but that was legendary.
I saw Fiona Shaw's Medea.
Yeah.
It's a tough watch, Medea, guys. It
is. It's like, woo. Yeah. But, so she won she was Tony, Emmy, BAFTA.
Yeah.
She won a BAFTA in Mother Love, which was that was intense. She played a lot of intense ladies. And her last role before her death was in the miniseries Black Narcissus.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because
in 2020.
That she also did, I think I saw she did The Last Night in Soho or something like that as a film.
Oh, she did.
And
yes,
because Anya Taylor-Joy, my friend Anya Taylor-Joy.
Right.
She was in it. She was in that for
right.
Yeah.
Right. And so just really, she was just an amazing actor. She died on September 10, 2020.
Yeah.
So just before everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Was
in it
really
all, really.
We were really in the middle of it.
Yeah.
She was 82, but she was, she was nominated for a Golden Globe for one of my favorite movies. From the 80s. It was The Hospital with George C. Scott.
I love you. I fancied you from the first moment you came lumbering down that hallway upstairs. I said to Mr. Blacktree, who's that hulking bear of a man? Apaches are reverential about bears. Won't eat bear meat, never skin bears. Bears are thought of as both benign and evil, very strong power. Men with bear power are highly respected, frequently said to be great healers. That man, I said, gets his power from the bear.
Swell. And you haven't got a hotel room or some sort of accommodations where you can stay?
All right, let me put it this way, Herb. My father and I accept the implacability of death. If he dies, he dies. But I'm getting him out of here and back to Mexico at 1 o'clock this afternoon. I want you to come with us because I love you and want children.
I'm afraid Mexico's a little too remote for me.
Oh, we could really use you down there, you know. There's a curiously high incidence of TB. You'd be a doctor again, Herb. You'd be necessary again. If you love me, I don't see what other choice you have.
Gosh,
Man, I know.
I haven't seen that, but I can imagine two intense actors going at it. George C. Scott was was really intense as well.
Well, she played his wife in it, and he's a hospital. It's a teaching hospital, and the hospital's melting down, and it was a real attack on the failing medical system in America.
Yeah.
And it's really chaotic, and because there are all these deaths happening, and he's so his wife has left him, and she's the woman he starts trying to. He finds himself falling in love with. Right. So it's a really it's a wonderful role. It's a beautiful film. I loved it. I'm pretty sure it's Patty Chayefsky.
Okay.
Who's just one of my writing heroes.
Amazing.
Yeah. But so the wonderful, brilliant Diana Rigg from, The Hospital, to Medea, to Mother Love. She was also in Games of Thrones. If you remember?
The Lord of High Garden.
I haven't had the pleasure.
No great pleasure, believe me. A ponderous oaf. His father was an oaf as well. My husband, the late Lord Luther. Joffrey. You. Has this boy mistreated you? Has he ripped out your tongue?
King Joffrey, he...
Bring me some cheese.
The cheese will be served after the cakes, my lady.
The cheese will be served when I want it served. And I want it served now.
And the iconic Mrs. Peel.
Mrs. Peel.
Mrs. Peel.
The lovely Mrs. Peel.
Lovely Mrs. Peel. Mrs. Peel to Game of Thrones. I mean, what a...
Oh, my Lord.
Really?
What a career.
What a career. So we can wrap up this wonderful episode on Diana Rigg.
Yes, in the words of the immortal great Bob Hope, thanks for the memories.
You'll find more details and links about the career of today's memorable artist, the great Diana Rigg, and find out many wonderful things about her and other great artists on our website, cinemasoundsandsecrets.com. I'm Janet Doolin-Jones.
I'm John Schwalm.
And that's Pendleton.
And we will see you here next time.
At the movies.